Hey, I got off the homestead and took a drive out through my backyard, well, actually the back country. There's fires. Yeah, stay tuned. Hey folks, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. I drove about 8 miles up the road from me and got on the north end of the fires and that were sparked by lightning storms in our area yesterday. This is August 2nd and it's about noon, and this is one of the fires that were sparked by the lightning. Now this fire sits about 3 miles from our homestead, and the wind is blowing it in a northwesterly direction, north-northwest direction, so it's going away from the homestead. And it is in an old burned out area that was previously burned out years ago. That fire was caused us to have to evacuate, and then a month before we had another major fire that caused us to evacuate, and it was that fire that killed my neighbor when he was trying to build a fire line for his neighbors. And yeah, the fire just overtook him, and unfortunately, yeah, that was a disaster. But anyway, this fire, I've seen helicopters with buckets on them coming out. I don't know the size of the fire. I could not find that information on the internet at all. Can't even find the name of this fire. I don't even know how many crews on the fire. I know at least one helicopter with a bucket is on it. I've seen 3 helicopters fly over, but there's several fires burning in our region right now. As far as I know, there are no evacuations because it is in a kind of a remote area, even though it's probably at its closest, maybe a mile from some residences. So they may be on like a level 1 alert, which is just get ready to go. But the way the wind's blowing, it's blowing it west. Right now it's west-northwest. So I'm going to continue going down the road towards the homestead and see if I can get other shots. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm about, I would say, a quarter mile from the fire right there in that little draw. So I'm to the northeast of the fire now, and a helicopter just dropped a load of water on there, so maybe we'll catch another image of a helicopter coming up here. But look how green and beautiful it is up here. There's still water in the flowing in the creek in spite of the drought, and it looks like we've got more clouds coming in for more maybe another thunderstorm coming through again, hopefully bringing more rain to keep it suppressed. Now this brought a lot of rain with it, this system that came through and sparked these fires, so that helped dampen things down and slow the fire's progress down. They've got a lot of crew on the fire right now. I've seen many trucks drive by loaded with crew, so they're getting a handle on it, and so I feel comfortable with it. And that fire isn't too big. That's small in comparison to what else is burning around our region, but this is the closest fire to the homestead, and this is the one I'm more concerned about. There's a pond down through there. That's where they're drawing water from. There is a nearby pond where they're able to draw water from on this remote homestead out here. Yeah, there's a lot of homesteads tucked up in the nooks and crannies of our remote little valley out here in the wilderness. And we're going to wait for the helicopter to come back and get some images of that drawing water from this pond right here. And here comes the airship. You can hear it coming in and approaching from the background. We'll just sit back and watch it. So this is the closest vantage point I can get to the pickup of the water, because that is private property and I don't want to impose on my neighbors. And yeah, to let them have their privacy. They got enough going on right now with a helicopter flying in and out, drawing water from their pond. So yeah, we got clouds moving in. It looks like we got another thunderstorm moving through. So we're going to just keep vigilant, and also please, hey, if you guys can, get at least a couple of gallons of water in your vehicle, a fire extinguisher and a shovel, and carry those with you at all times. You never know when you're going to need it, and it helps to mitigate these fires and put them out early before first responders can get there, because you may be the first responder and save your neighbors and save your own homestead or your home, depending on where you live. Got a bit of an addendum here. I noticed some smoke rising on my commute back to the homestead, and we've got fire on what they call Mount Boswell. It's right behind the homestead. It's right behind Acorn Acres, and it's in Acorn Acres' backyard. Now, that fire is closer to my house. Now I'm really nervous. There's no roads going back there. There are trails up there. There's ATV trails, but there are no roads getting back there. There are roads accessing through the ranch here, through Acorn Acres to get up to the back 40 like I showed you in previous videos. And there is a spring back there that a helicopter can get its bucket in there and dip out of relatively close to that fire. But I'm really nervous now. I don't know if they even know that that fire is going. I'm going to go back to the homestead and call that fire in. Yeah, it's concerning. I would venture to guess that that fire is approximately a half mile. No, no, it'd probably be right around a mile from our front door. That, to me, is too close for comfort. And there's never been a fire up there in recent history. So there's just thick, dry timber up there with nothing but a bunch of homesteads along there. So I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to edit this show, and I'm going to call in this fire right here. Dang. Okay, I'm literally standing on my front porch right now, and right over here, just over my shoulders where that fire is, they have crew on the fire. They're getting it under control, and looking at the other fire that is north of us, it's actually three fires, three lightning strikes. I found the website where it shows there's actually three fires in a short space of each other, and it looks like they're getting a handle on that. It did spread a little bit, but it appears they have it lined. So, I mean, folks, we average three fires per year within a 10-mile radius of our homestead. I think we've met our quota. Yeah. Can anybody say uncle? I'm crying, uncle. I'm done for the year. Done. We got another lightning storm moving in right now. Stay tuned for updates. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're off the beaten path today, looking at firefighting efforts on a nearby wildfire within about 3 miles from the house. 3.12 miles, I think it is. Stay tuned to more videos. You could do that by subscribing, then clicking that bell icon. That alerts you to new videos as I do upload them. Also give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. Always be safe, and please always be kind, folks. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye now.